For those of you who watched the 45-minute video that I did on script writing, good for you. I didn't even watch the whole thing, so well done. But this is a follow-up video to our movie that we came up with during that 45-minute video. So in this, I'm going to go over the next steps. So in the first video, we went over coming up with an idea and brainstorming the initial outline, the rough draft for it. And this next part is going to be editing our rough draft for the outline, and then starting working on the character descriptions and kind of fleshing out our scenes and locations and all that stuff. So stay tuned. I do most of my writing on Google Docs, at least for the brainstorming. So we're just gonna start this guy off with Dentist Movie, just to name it so we can keep track. So basically what we need to do first is go over all of our notes from last time to get it into a form that we can actually do something with, because this, remember from last, it's a lot of info, and I don't know how easily that's going to help with our brain. So I'm just gonna speed read through all these notes to write down what's good, what's not good, and we'll go from there. All right, first, remember it's a movie about a dentist. If you haven't watched that 45-minute video, please watch it, because otherwise this won't make any sense, but we'll make it make sense. So we got a dentist, right? And he's really bad. His goal is to get better. Then we have a patient. Patient visits. It's the president. And he has a tooth that needs to get pulled out, and this dentist is the only dentist available. Alright, so that's that. And then we're gonna remember we had our A plan and our B plan. And the A plan and B plan had to do with which direction we wanted to take. If it was a long lost twin, like Prince and the Pauper, or if it was basically they look kind of the same, like what's that word? Parent Trap. Well, that's a long list. But yeah, whatever. So the president, and the dentist look identical. Not sure why. And the president gets put under anesthesia, and the dentist doesn't know what to do, so he takes his place. It's a great movie. Alright, that's the first page. This is easy, piece of cake. Second page. It's gonna be, right, so now we're on our outline. So we're gonna do this in little hyphens, and I'm just gonna go through it and basically use what's good and use what's not good. If I had a second camera, I would show you what I'm looking at here, but just deal with it. I know you guys are over that whole spelling. Alright, so opening image is gonna be a patient storms out of the dentist's office because of bad work. He stands and tries to convince her to stay and write a good Yelp review. She yells and leaves. Meanwhile, the president's motorcade passes by the office, and an aide observes the situation. So later that's important, because that aide's gonna book the president the appointment when we get there. So then we have the president at a gala dinner. There's a speech about, I don't know, nuclear war or something, or a fundraiser. We'll figure that out later. I'm making sure I'm in focus because I feel like it kind of floats in and out. If you can't see me, raise your hand. So during the event, President gets really bad. Nope, chips his tooth. The president chips his front tooth on a bone in a steak and needs to get rushed into surgery before his red-eye flight out to Europe. I think they're going to Europe. Then, we're at 14 minutes. What is that? 6 minutes in. This is trying to make this a 20-minute video. We'll see how it goes. Then the president, so he gets rushed to the surgery. President goes to dentist. Dentist works on him. Dentist knocks president on, I can never spell this, unconscious with anesthesia. You guys can make fun of my spelling all you want. I don't care. That's why we have spell check. Come on, spell check. Well, obviously there's one S. H. The dentist. President goes to dentist. Red eye hyphen during the event, comma. During her stay, to stay. Dentist. The dentist knocks out the president. Okay. The dentist's aide, we'll say nurse to make it not confusing. The dentist nurse convinces him to switch places with the president so he doesn't get in trouble. The dentist thinks this is a great idea and changes clothes with him. Okay, moving through. This is our debate. Doesn't care. Okay, so he becomes president. Okay, so now we go to, so we'll say president dentist, president teeth, because why not? President teeth goes on Air Force One, gets briefed on national security measures, and has a blast with ordering food and snacks and everything else. The president, the real president, wakes up. The real president wakes up, and discovers that he is tied down in the nurse's house, basement. Nurse's basement. He's kidnapped. Turns out the nurse is in love with him like a stalker. Have fun with that. So then, give me a little pen here. Then, so a lot of things here that we talked about that was good, which was he meets the first lady. She and him don't have a good relationship because he's distant and doesn't give her attention. The real president feels like that. He hates dogs, and the president has a dog, and this makes him unhappy. So then we're moving through this. We got kidnaps president. Okay, so now it's gonna be so the president shows up to the UN meeting, wherever that is, somewhere in Europe, I think, to the UN meeting, and learns that war is happening, and that he needs, let's get this focus going, just feel like you're not focusing, and that he needs, probably need some more light. President shows up to the UN meeting. Let me get a drink. President shows up to the UN meeting, learns that war is happening. Then we flash to the real president. Remember, this is President Teeth. Flash to the real president, who escapes from the nurse and contacts his Secret Service guy, the #1 bodyguard. I don't know if that's a thing, but it should be a thing if it isn't. It is E. So the bodyguard hears and confronts the dentist. The dentist, realizing that being president isn't all fun and games, chats with the bodyguard and wants to switch places. He's sorry for what he did. The real president flies flies to Europe to meet up with them. No, we're flying to a new place now. We're flying to the UK to meet up with them. Because the president, the dentist, President Teeth, has a speech to give in front of Parliament, so they know they're going to be there. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister for Sweden confronts President Teeth about the fact that he's not the real president. At some point we need to introduce this guy, and blackmails him. The real president, wow, terrible spelling, arrives, and together they confront and tell the Prime Minister from Sweden to go away. They win, basically. So then we find out that let's see. Then we find out, we're at the end here, I think. Yeah. So then we find out that, a couple notes here. That's it. Find out that the president was terrible to his staff and didn't treat them well. The dentist, on the other hand, is a really nice guy and treats and shows the president how to be nice through this. The dentist is a really nice guy, but a terrible dentist. He learns to love the president's dog, and when he gets back from his adventure, he changes his practice over to a pet veterinary office and loves it. The bodyguard knew the whole time and let the charade go on because he wanted to teach president a lesson, which the president learns. He would have never let anything bad happen. So, that's it. That's our movie. Is it good? No, but it's a movie. Yeah, that's part 2. Is I finally typed out the outline, and so now we kind of agree. We've reinforced that this is the direction we want to take, and we've basically typed out all of our notes. So part 3 is going to be going through beat by beat to see if to actually put scene by scene instead of just a general idea, and then from there we can work on our characters a little more, and then eventually start writing the script and getting a rough draft. The time-consuming part is writing the rough draft. It's fun because you can write a whole bunch of BS and no one's going to care. No one's going to see this, just you. This is called the writer's draft. It's a great term for it. It's basically saying that have at it, do your thing. We all know it's going to be crap, but we do it because we need it as writers. Yeah, that's basically it. Part 2. Part 3 coming soon.